I've been used to overtly casual racism, misogyny, anti-LGBTQ my whole life because Texas is like one of the goats at it, okay? It's really bad. If a lot of people who are in the north or in blue states understood how casual and bad it is, and a lot of southern states, specifically Texas, specifically Alabama, specifically Mississippi, if y'all understood like the casualness and the high level of how casually bad we deal with those levels of oppression from a social aspect and a systemic aspect, like when you're applying for jobs or at jobs, y'all would just not even be able to like fully grasp like how bad it is, right? People your whole life will justify your own oppression to you, gaslight you about it being real, tell you what you've experienced, tell you that you've never experienced it, tell you that slavery and the civil rights movement and all that stuff was so long ago and there's no correlation to how you are treated now. There's no correlation to it still happening in any kind of way. They downplay everything you say when it comes to experiencing it in any kind of format without even knowing you. And I'm used to it because it's happened my whole life, right? It's gonna happen your whole life as a black person, especially as a black Southern person. It's gonna happen in the most overt ways possible. You will have somebody legit treating you with it. Literally, as they oppress you, they're telling you that your oppression isn't real or downplaying it. I just had a guy tell me today that George Floyd's murder wasn't racially motivated, that it was police over-policing, essentially, that they were an abuse of power, because that makes sense. And then we left that conversation with him feeling like I was being racist because black people can be racist, even though the whole hour talk we were having, microaggressions, him denying systemic white supremacy, him denying experiences he's never had and would never experience, that I'm telling him has not only happened to me, but it is like happening worldwide. Being downplayed, being disregarded, being gaslit like they're not real. And I'm being told this, and I'm supposed to react to that like it's not oppressive or racist. And then when I tell him that he's racist because he doesn't understand racism, he feels like he's being attacked. And it's like racism is so far past just being evil, the KKK, any of that. We are all racist, and I even said that. I said we are all racist, and we all have to deconstruct it. Like, that's how bad and ingrained it is. He doesn't understand what I'm saying. He doesn't know what intersectionality is. I explain what it is. He acts like he understands it. Then he still is trying to separate racism and other things or make explanations of why things happen that don't correlate to racism. Because apparently the cops don't derive from slave owners, even though when I say that, they're just like, oh, you're just obsessed with white supremacy and you're just conflating things that don't. Like, what are you talking? You're white. How are you even telling a black person that? That you know knows things that you don't know, because I've told you multiple things throughout this conversation that you don't know. And you can't know because you're white unless you study and learn and listen to black people and like learn the actual history. But you've admitted you don't know any of those things, but yet you can still tell me my experience and other black people's collective experience and the systems in place on the planet that affect specifically black people. You can tell them how those systems work and how they work and the level of totality in which they exist. I'm tired. Oh, also, we're not living in a fascist country, man. We're not.